It's that momentous moment, guys, where we chop the top of the door off and ruin the truck completely. I've got my other brother here today, behind the camera.
Hello.
It's Sunday morning and I'm back at this job. I've just had the tape measure out. I've just measured all this frame and it's all spot on. It's out by 1mm just on this corner here. I've just got to put a 1mm cutting disc on this very edge and just roll this piece of frame forwards. But other than that, it's perfect, which wasn't bad really, considering we didn't measure this when we put it together. I eyeballed the entire thing. I've got to weld this up. I'm going to weld both corners just to make sure it doesn't move, and then I'm going to cut this door. Now I need this top edge of this door to fit in there, so literally I've just got to bring the top of the door down. I might have a little bit of fun trying to get this angle in, but I'll get it. It won't. It's only 2 bits on this. This was the whole frame, so it's one of them. A little bit of playing. Same as this, you just got to keep tweaking bits until you get the frame in. I've got to weld this centre section in. I think I've got an offcut somewhere that will actually almost make a fillet. Once this is back in, you will not be able to see that it's been cut. Obviously you're going to know it's been cut because this is going to have a completely different shaped roof on it to the rest of the truck. Any other Discovery. But it's going to be pretty close to factory when it's finished, and you'll see when it's all back together just how well it looks. I put the pictures up on Instagram yesterday. People are going, "Oh my God, you've cut the roof off your truck!" And some people have actually messaged me and said, "Why have you cut the roof off your truck?" And like the intro of this video, it's centre of gravity. This truck's on 33-inch tyres with a 2-inch lift, which isn't big considering my new truck's on 35s with a 4-inch lift, but there's no weight up top. When this is all together, when it was all together, I'm trying to think, it must have had 130 kilos on the roof, because the roof tent is 85 kilos, something around there. I can't actually get an exact figure. Some people say roughly 80 kilos. Then I've got like a 40 kilo roof rack, so that's 100, that's 120, and you put some other bits up there and you end up with, over 120 kilos on the roof, all the way up there. And it's that big pendulum effect. Off-road, it's not nice. You can feel it. You get into a big dip and you just feel the whole truck. You can feel it want to pull the truck over as it starts to rock. And you just have to gently go in, wait for it to come back. And it's like, I don't want that. I want to lower the centre of gravity. So the roof I'm going to be putting on, the one I'm making, isn't going to be much lighter than the factory one. It will be a touch lighter because there isn't as much surface area. But the beams I've put in are slightly stronger than the factory ones. Each one of those beams is 25 by 50 by 2mm box. Now, I sat on the middle of them yesterday after welding them. They don't move. And I'm not the biggest guy in the world. I'm only like 65 kilos. But the whole roof tent, when it's on, is only going to be 80 kilos spread out over all the bars. So each bar is only going to have like 10, 15 kilos on it. So it's nothing for the bar. So plenty strong enough for what I'm actually doing, but it's going to lower that centre of gravity. And that's the most important thing, is to get that down. So I was just checking I got the mic on. To get that centre of gravity down to a more sensible height, a more sensible level, so it doesn't want to pull the truck over. And this has done it. I'm trying to think, what probably lowered the entire height of everything by nearly 200 mil. Must be, yeah, probably 200 mil. Big difference with all that weight up there. So that's enough of me waffling. Back to cutting. It's that momentous moment, guys, where we chop the top of the door off and ruin the truck completely. I've got my other brother here today, here on the camera.
Hello.
We had Lucas yesterday.
Right.
Not that he's my brother. You know, yesterday when I was standing there cutting the roof off, going, what have I done? I'm doing exactly the same again now. What have I done?
Yeah. What am I still doing?
You're cutting the roof off your van.
I know, right?
They're that dirty, I can't see what I'm doing, so it's just like it, and I can't see it. So.
It's probably for the best.
So
Strap off. Strap off.
Won't fit anymore.
Aluminium's very greedy on those little plasma discs.
I must admit, that's the only the 10th one I've used so far.
Right.
I did buy 3 boxes though.
You've ruined that.
Completely.
Bit of Philly, beer 8.
Weebles wobbling, and I am with 5 sparks, aren't you? And I saved the sticker. Well, that's going on the wall, isn't it?
Yeah.
cut that there. Well, there you go. It's buggered now. Even he's going buggered there. That surprisingly weighs very little.
Yeah.
That almost doesn't feel.
Does it?
That almost doesn't feel real.
Yeah.
I expected that to be much heavier.
Moment of truth.
Perfect. Perfect. You would never know. That's about as good as it gets. I think we're going to have to drop that just slightly to get the corner in, but yeah. I don't think that's going to be as bad as I thought. You know what? Gaffer tape.
No. Bit of Philly.
Bit of Philly. No one would ever know. Well, that shows the body didn't move, because door fits perfectly. What have I done?
Shocking.
Well, as you've just seen, I've cut the top of the door off, and it fits. It actually shuts now, so that's a bonus. Let me just get these. There's the top of the door that we've just cut off. Obviously the bit of metal was in there, I've just got that out. And from all the measurements, just to show we're not just doing this like we don't know what we're doing, the angle now fits. So I've got to shorten the other piece on the door, rejoin it there, and this door works, and the frame works. So there's a lot of making up, a lot of bits to make good, a bit of strengthening to put in, but this all works. So we're going to have a low door and a low roof on a disco. Even Joe's impressed that it actually fits, because he didn't think it had a hope in hell of that actually working. But no, it works really well. This piece has got to be made up, because that's we had to cut that out yesterday, but I'm not worried about that because there's a step going here up, and we're having some step plates on both sides. But yeah, so I'm going to cut the top of shorten the top of the door to this and weld it all up, and we'll be back in a bit and I'll have a proper door with the top and a door seal. It's a bonus.
Bit of mastic on the back. Good to see.
Catching somewhere.
Top edge. Bent.
Feel that top edge. Other than that, it works.
Metallic moron.
Fuck off, you.
If the shoe fits.
Kick him with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, not bad.
Woo! That was all my idea.
That's it.
Every single button.
Take the credit now.
It's stuck on the alley, isn't it?
I think that's what it is. Wire wheel. Pulling that shit out of there.
Door shuts. Really good.
I know, right?
Done!
Door shuts perfectly.
Messing about with now then, it's done.
Well, we said there was expanding foam in the top.
The door wasn't ever going to not shut perfectly. None of that's moved. the hinge and that, the hinges and the lock are the same.
He was planning to take it off, though, weren't you?
Yeah, but I was so saying I have split the body in two and it still fits.
Yeah.
It's had the windscreen holding it together still. Yeah, right.
It's not a bonded screen.
No. Oh, yeah.
It's just some rubber.
Yeah, James Bond had nothing to do with this one. Yeah, I said this looks more, it looks like a, if say a normal Discovery is a Golf, that's a Scirocco.
I can't do that standing.
You're not that tall.
No.
Story of his life. Oh, I'm sorry. You're defending my father now.
Well, we are vertically challenged, okay?
Oh.
Flashes on.
Yeah.
No, that's
Set your face.
called shake. Shake.
And there we have it. One back door chopped and lowered. And just to prove that we haven't just like, no, we can't open it, it's locked. Well, that ruined that effect, didn't it, guys? So obviously it's not finished yet. We've got to put the centerpiece in, which is there. Started on these edges. Started getting them in. I'm going to put a reinforcing piece in here as well, because that on the face side and around the corner, this bit's going to get ground off. That's just got a tack weld on it at the moment, even though it's monstrously horrible. It's doing a job. We've put some braces on the inside, and obviously you can see it's not tied together yet. That is tied together. That's obviously not fully fixed, but it is tied together. But it all worked. And actually I think it fits better now than it did before. There's still a little bit of alignment to do on the top edge, but we're talking millimetres here. I mean, Land Rover, when they built these, it was plus and minus 10 mil or something, but even managed to save the orange piece at the moment. And over to you. So I've still got a bit of work left to do, but it's getting there. It's looking pretty good now. Weird, but good. Just take my earplugs out. Well, that's the end of a very productive day. The door's all done. Obviously it still needs finishing, but this still needs reattaching. I've managed to save the original checker plate, aluminium plate, which I didn't think I was going to be able to do. So that's pretty much ready for paint and filler. That's great. This cross beam is in. That's all back in the truck. That's really good. That angle is spot on. Let me just put this back up. Door rubber back on. Done. Excuse me. Done, sorted, fits. I said there's still bodywork. This has got to be filled, and that's got to be filled, and this has got to be glued back on. But wow, it's been a productive day. Got so much of this actually done. It's unreal. I didn't think it would go together as easily as it did. But it has. Even my brother was shocked. He didn't think it would go in that well. But I even managed to save this panel. All I've got to do is bonding mastic. That still needs a bit of trimming. That's a bit tight. Bonding mastic, push through from the back, and on this side to glue that back in. Then just repaint. There's dead straightforward. Just rewrap to the door. Little bit. I've got some of the orange. I can actually do just a fake blend on it, and then just re-lacquer it. I'll lacquer the stickers and everything back in, so I won't even lose them. The only one I lost was the Raptor sticker, which is up on the wall up there now. So I've still got to do the welding on the tops here. The tops of these pillars have got to be closed up. So piece has got to come from there, be tied into that. Then this has got to have a piece welded in to tie that all back together. Same on the other side. Probably see it a bit better on this side. But yeah, there's so I'll make a flat piece that comes across, cut this piece out here, make a flat piece that comes across there, tie that in, and then just make a piece that ties those two bits together and weld all that in. That's the structural bit back in. Make it out to some 1.5mm plate, something like that. Yeah, it's getting there. I think I'll wrap this video here now, and I'll catch you on the next one. Hopefully we'll have the steel for the roof and we can get this job finished up and ready for paint. So if you enjoyed this video, guys, leave us a message below, a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Go to our web page, buy yourself a shirt or some stickers, and I'll see you on the next one.